Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aquarius in January 2021. What is going on, Aquarius? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, Aquarius, welcome to the new year. How you feeling? How was it? How was your New Year's? Was it good? Hopefully you guys had a good time. If you celebrated, got together with people, family, friends, what have you, I hope you had a great time, but I also hope that you were safe and took all precautions necessary to keep yourselves and those you were around and those that you love and care for safe and healthy at this time. And I am generally wishing that you and those that you know and love, Aquarius, are safe, happy, healthy, and secure at this time. 2020, it's in the rear view. We don't know her. We don't know her, right? But at the same time, what 2020 brought into our lives has certainly not wrapped up very neatly as of yet. So continue to be cautious, continue to take care of yourselves and make good choices, okay? But anyway, also Aquarius, happy birthday to those who will be celebrating at the end of January. It is soon going to be your season at the end of January. So if you will be celebrating your birthday, again, happy birthday to you. I hope it's a wonderful time. Please be careful, take all precautions necessary until we're completely out of the woods. But again, I hope it's going to be a festive time for you. Being that it's the new year, Aquarius, a couple new things here on the channel. We're still doing the general overviews for the month, but we're going to do on and off. So we're going to do some of the reading with cards that were shuffled pre-hand off camera, and then we're going to shuffle some and lay them out on camera. We'll still do the overall energy from the bottom of the deck as well as the possible outcome for you guys. But, as I am... I wouldn't say I'm a novice reader. I've been reading for several years now, but I'm seeking to challenge myself in new ways. I have a lot of fixed energy in my chart, so I don't really like change that much, but I want to become better at change and become somebody who implements change more often than not, okay? So this is a challenge to myself. Hopefully you guys can get on board with it and you appreciate the different way that I'm approaching the readings. But anyway, that's just a general explanation because some of you are just like, wait a minute, those aren't 6 cards on the table, Jay. That's correct. Not yet, at least. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the regular spiel here. Aquarius, anything you want from me, it's already in the description box. Timestamp is down there. Go ahead and use it if you want. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there as well. If you have any questions before you place an order, just go ahead and email me at the same address you see listed there, and I will answer as soon as I can. And a little bit of a change is coming for that as well. The prices for that will be changing in March, so if you see the prices now and you're interested, I would suggest that you book as soon as possible because March, it'll probably come faster than you know it, and those prices will again change. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, Aquarius, there is a link for that down in the description box as well, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this reading for you. Let's start off with what is on the table. 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands, and 10 of Swords. Maybe I shouldn't have done the fanfare. But, the previous 2 cards were giving me that vibe anyway. Aquarius, something here. No bueno. No bueno. No me gusta. Or you don't like it. No te gusta? No te gusta? Something like that? You don't like? Please don't, be mad at me for my either bad Spanish and or bad accent in Spanish. But 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords. This is not happening. Ooh, maybe that's what someone is saying. This is not happening. Maybe somebody's in disbelief. But this is not happening. The way I mean that is this is not satisfactory. This is not progressing in the way that we had hoped or wished or prayed. And there is movement. I see someone walking away here, someone possibly in regret or feeling the loss of something with the 10 of Swords. And the 5 of Wands is an active energy. It asks us to participate, or at least it shows participation by someone, more than one person, more than likely, since it takes a group for the 5 of Wands to really show up in, I suppose it's traditional interpretation. But I feel that there's a no. There's a lot of no here. No at disappointment or dissatisfaction or discontentment. We walk away from that. Something that was fulfilling no longer is. We get out of there. We don't want this pain. We don't want this suffering that's here in the Ten of Swords. The betrayal, the backstabbing. In this particular depiction, our good friend Dorothy has put 10 swords in the picture of her ex-husband Stan. Again, this is the Golden Girls Tarot deck. I love the Golden Girls. But basically it's I don't want to say it's sour grapes, but it's sort of like looking back at a particular situation or relationship and having this feeling of, what the hell was that? Why was that? Who was that? What was I doing? A lot of questions, because and that's a difference, because in this depiction, Dorothy is again like in a reflective state, looking out of the window. She looks a little sorrowful, or like what do you call that? Oh, what is that word? Thoughtful is coming through. Thoughtful, but then also distancing herself, or by putting those swords in the picture, just being like, I don't want to think about that, or I don't want to acknowledge this person, and just being melancholy about it or bittersweet about it. And then the Five of Wands, like I said, you have to have willing participants in order for this energy to be functional. And if one or two people have essentially walked away or are trying to distance themselves from the Five of Wands, that's basically a no, I'm not going to fight. No, I'm not going to be a part of this. No, I'm not going to subject myself to certain environments, or just something is like, someone here, at least one person is like, I don't want to do this, not like this, not anymore. That's it. Okay? There could be, to kind of give it, tie it to what we can sometimes view as a traditional understanding of the Five of Wands, is someone could be turning their back on a competition. Somebody could be turning their back on banter, gossip, or petty infighting, Holidays just passed, so some people may have deuced and just been like, no, I'm not coming, or no, I'm not going to stick around for this, because, not to say this is everybody's story, but many people have struggle or some type of tension with their family members, and the holidays is a heightened, intense, increased intensity, thank you, on those relationships. So someone has a nagging mother, or a very disruptive brother or sister, and going home for the holidays is just going to be, again, like this hyper intense version of that relationship, or it brings those tensions in there. And again, 2020 she was something, wasn't she? So this makes sense to me, that someone has backed away from intermingling with people or situations that cause them dissatisfaction, discomfort in some senses, and a feeling of angst, anxiety, frustration, betrayal, feeling victimized, not wanting to feel victimized, not wanting to be, triggered. And I don't usually say that word too often, but what I'm feeling here is someone knows, if I go here and get involved in this combative energy of the Five of Wands, people are going to, throw low blows at me. People are going to bring up things or talk about things or point to things that are painful to me, because in the Golden Girls, I'm sorry if you don't know it, but Dorothy is very triggered by Stan, her ex-husband, where, at some point she was in love with this person, in love with this man, and they had kids together, and they have a history. But, often on the show, she slams the door in his face. She might playfully hit him or insult him, so she's just aggravated by him. His presence is an aggravation. So that could be what someone is walking away from. I don't want to be aggravated by this person or this situation anymore. It doesn't serve me. 10s are culmination points. 5s are the halfway point. So there's in the middle to getting to some type of resolution, or possibly allowing ourselves to detach. In the middle, there's a conflict. 5s indicate change, conflict, sometimes chaos, and challenges. You know, the 4 C's or some version of it. And I'm just making that up on the spot. Anyway, so someone knows, in order to get away from this, I have to sort of abandon it. Because and that's the other thing about the Five of Wands, willing participation. Most people, if this is a mixed energy, which I feel it is for you, Aquarius, many people are willfully doing this. They enjoy it, they look forward to it, or they don't mind it. A little bit of a, dysfunctional dinner is kind of par for the course. So several people are just like, that's Uncle Tom. He's or whoever, or Aunt Sheila or whoever. It's like, it's no big deal. Like, they just accept that is okay. And someone else is saying, that shit ain't okay. I don't feel good being talked down to, being berated, or being challenged by this person or this situation. So I'm out. I'm not going to participate. All right. Hopefully that makes sense so far to you guys. Let's get some more information here for Aquarius, please. Excuse me, I'm a little congested, so I apologize about that. Further information in the situation for Aquarius, please. Further information in this situation for Aquarius. And, competition, going back here, it could also be like feeling pitted against each other. Like seeking approval or seeking to be deemed the winner, the best, the funniest, the most clever, the richest, the whatever. Like, for other people involved, maybe not you, Aquarius, or you, this is a general, by the way. I'm saying Aquarius. If you're a cross watcher, this could be the Aquarius who's like, yeah, I'm ready to compete. But I feel like there's like this, again, like infighting amongst family members, friends, people that you have commonality with, or some type of long-standing relationship with, and you guys are there's like this feeling of one of us has to come out on top here. We all can't be winners. One of us has to win the whole damn thing. And someone's just like, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. This hurts me. This has never brought me pleasure. Or maybe when we were younger as kids, or, younger members of the family, it was cute. But now, that shit ain't cute. I'm 45 fucking years old. Why am I still being treated this way? Or why are we still playing these stupid little petty games? It makes no sense. So someone is just over it. All right? What else is going on here for Aquarius, please? 3 cards, please show me. Knight of Cups. Water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's interesting. Yeah, that one goes here, and they want this one here. Now, slightly side, so I don't know which way it's supposed to go. Which way, please, for Aquarius? Thank you. Bottom of the deck will be the overall energy here. 4 of Pentacles. Makes sense to me. And the card that came face down for you is the 4 of Cups in reverse. Listen, somebody is really over it. This is not popping. This is not where they want to be. This is not how they want things to be. And that's it. Like, there's no other way for someone to be feeling at this moment is what is kind of what's coming through. So, Nine of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be dealing with a water sign, but you do not have to be. There we go. Man on a horse. I don't even know which man that is. I like the Golden Girls, but I'm not like an encyclopedia of the show. 4 of Cups in reverse. And the Star in reverse. This is you, Aquarius. This is your energy. Major Arcana for Aquarius. So, listen. I feel someone has to walk a lonely road, 4 of Cups, by themselves. And that sucks. Nobody wants to be alone, possibly on the holidays. Again, someone may have opted out of the family gathering. Someone may have said, listen, because of everything that's going on, or simply because I can't afford it, I can't afford to travel all the way back down to Miami, or wherever to be with the family. I simply can't do it. So as much as I'm being guilted and basically being told I'm being selfish, in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of having a possible financial crunch, I'm being selfish. Like, there's something bittersweet, not bittersweet, melancholy about that, disappointing about that. That if your family or friends are criticizing you for taking care of yourself, or criticizing you because some of you might be finally saying, you know what, this is not healthy for me, the way this is done, the way we communicate, the way in which we're treated when we get together as a group, the competition, the petty, needless competition, I'm over it. And then on top of that, to be basically told you're being selfish, you're being dramatic, this is silly, get over yourself. That's a lonely road to walk. Knight of Cups. Lonely road to walk. To stand on your principles, to stand on your truth, your emotional truth, and have people basically say you're being irrational, or you're being manipulative, or silly, or whatever. That hurts. Because I feel in this situation, Aquarius, family, friends, or otherwise, I feel this group of people, you mostly have love and affection for them and them you. But it's, no offense, dysfunctional, okay? It's not truly in the highest vibration it could be, all right? And I've talked to people both in these series of readings lately for like the latter part of 2020 and in private readings as well, that family and our relationship to family is often deemed obligatory. And obligation sort of carries this sentiment that it must, well, because of the word, it must be done. You're obliged, you are obligated to do. But when it comes to family and interpersonal relationships of any type, where we feel obligated, we can often sacrifice ourselves or put ourselves on a lower tier, and we can become conditioned through obligation and expectation to sell ourselves short. And then when we say, no, that's not really healthy, or, that's not really helpful to me, and in fact, it's very painful to me and disappointing to me, so now I choose to do something different, it then becomes further obvious that we're dealing with dysfunction when people react and say to you, that's wrong, that's uncalled for, you're being dramatic, you're making this all about you, and da 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 blah 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 blah. Okay? So it's a lonely road to stand on that ground and walk that path, because the power and the influence of obligation is not something that is easily overcome. And by the way, this is a general reading. Please use your own discernment. Please reinterpret what I'm saying. This is not me saying chuck a deuce on your family and never speak to them again. No. If that's, for some of you, that might work. For others of you, that's not possible. It's not what you want to do, and all this other kinds of things. You will make your own decisions. But this feeling of, I don't want to be treated this way. I don't want to be involved in conflict and competition. I feel betrayed. I feel backstabbed. There could be a specific person, again, that triggers you or is very upsetting in the situation, and we still have to come in contact with them. Because again, in the show, even though they're exes, they are divorced. Dorothy and Stan have a substantial relationship still. And that could be true in your case. You could be very close with your ex-partner. You could be very close with the person that you're divorced from. And much like in the show, you might have what I call what do I call it? What do I call? Oh my God, I forgot what I call it. A hit back. Thank you. I'm gonna hit you back. A hit back. Meaning, you might have a revolving door relationship with someone. And whether that be a romantic partner or a family member or a friend, that's not, who wants that? A relationship that comes and goes, it ebbs and flows, it's hot and it's cold, or we only get along during these times, and when it's this time of year, we're at each other's throats. That's not, nobody wants that, right? So walking away or drawing boundaries and holding firm to that is possible with the Knight of Cups. It's a developing energy. It's a journey. It's not, you're not mastered in it yet. Okay, you're getting there. Okay, Four of Cups, Star in reverse. Because the Knight is moving this way, I feel this is what you're going to come into contact with. You're going to come in contact with some uncertainty. Or someone is. Again, I'm saying Aquarius. It doesn't have to be you. But somebody's going to come into contact with some type of uncertainty, or come to a state of mind, a point where they don't know whether they're coming or going. They don't know what to do in this situation, how to progress, but they know they must progress, right? Because the Four of Cups, to me, in the reverse for you guys, is coming through as like really lost at sea. Afraid to make the wrong move, afraid to say the wrong thing, afraid even of your own feelings. Or again, uncertain about all that. Can I trust? Like again, if there's someone here needling at you that says, "Hey, you're being irrational, you're blowing things out of proportion, you're being selfish, you're being reactionary, blah 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 blah," or if someone runs the risk of being isolated, coming from the Eight of Cups, slightly isolated, or this feeling of being abandoned or walking away and losing out, FOMO, fear of moving out. Ooh, look what I just almost slipped and said. Fear of moving out. FOMO means fear of missing out, but slip of the tongue, fear of moving out. So there is for some this, I don't know how to do it on my own. I've never done it before. I don't have the confidence. People doubt me. There possibly is something to prove, like, you know, because that can also be what happens in the Five of Wands, proving a point, or you know, again, like showing that you're worthy, or showing that you are able to do it, you know, proving yourself. Someone might feel they don't have the ability to prove themselves, so they doubt, Four of Cups, and they're uncertain, right? That, again, if the Knight is moving in this trajectory going towards the right, they would also come into contact with the Star in reverse. So this is the need to get right. In the long and short of it. Now, I'm saying get right. Now, I don't know what that means for you. I don't know what the details of how to get right will be for you guys. But to get right, to find some type of inner peace, inner healing, and awareness, to face deep-seated fears or, again, uncertainty, to be enlightened. This is a tall order. Whoever this is, it could be you, could be someone else, I don't know. Whoever this is, and I think they're present in every single card, but in every single card, I think we're getting like a fragment of who they are, or a sliver of what they're experiencing, a piece of what they're feeling and thinking around this time, or around this situation, around these people, right? Disappointment, unwilling or forced competition, betrayal, abandonment, seeking, desiring, uncertainty, and then here, sort of a spiritual lack. Hopelessness also here with the Star in reverse. Feeling as if, damned if I do, damned if I don't. Purposeless, perhaps, is another thing coming through. Lacking an idea of the self, or a full concept of the self. Like someone doesn't fully see themselves as a complete person. Wow, that's heavy. Someone does not see themselves as a complete person. They don't know who they are, what they are meant to do. Oh, sad. That's really sad. Before we get there, overall energy, Four of Pentacles. So we can see here, there is some contemplation going on, possibly focused on real world, tangible resources or materials, right? So money, job, house, time, things that we value, things that impact us on a daily basis, things that we are concerned with on a daily basis. That could be the hiccup here, because I did say this is about, number one, with the cups here, 3 cards of cups and the star. This is non-tangible, yet someone could be focused on the tangible. And all things being connected, which is true, all things are connected. Someone possibly doesn't see how their material truth or their material world is tied to their emotional world, their mental world. Emotion from the cups, mental from the swords and the star energy, because you are an air sign, Aquarius. And even their spiritual self, or how they show up in the world, their behaviors, their actions with the wands. Someone here hasn't connected the dots fully, or they're only focused on the set of dots that concern their physical material world. And the 4 of Pentacles is sitting on it. Being afraid to gamble, being afraid to change, being, if not afraid, reluctant, resistant to doing any more or any less than what the status quo needs. If they fulfill the status quo, keep themselves afloat, pay their bills, feed themselves, feed their families, their children, do a good job at work, that should be satisfactory. Ironic thing is, it's not. 4s are about foundation, but they are followed by 5s, change. So eventually what we have as a foundation in our lives will eventually come up and need to be reevaluated and restructured in some type of way. And someone here potentially is disinterested or hesitant to restructure. So as much as I feel, like we said in the beginning, someone is saying, no, I don't want to do it this way anymore, feeling like something's got to give, that could all just be what is internal. Emotionally, cups, and mentally, swords. They might not think or feel that this is what they should do, but again, what did I just say about the wands? That's action. That's what you actually show up and do in your life. So as much as someone might feel, I don't want to be involved in chaos and conflict and challenges and competition, but they very well may still participate willfully. Or no, it has to be willful. For me, it feels like if you were truly unwilling, you simply would not. So I'm going to stick with that. Someone is willfully doing that. For some, there is a detachment, there is a walk away, there is a, saying of no and a following through on no with different actions. But someone here in your energy, Aquarius, is still participating, but inside, not happy about it. Interesting. What is the outcome for Aquarius here? Potential outcome for Aquarius in this situation? What is the potential outcome here for Aquarius in this story? Please show me. Yes, thank you. It's been a wonderful, this series, and my year is starting out so nicely. And I'm not trying to be like rubbing it in your face, but as a reader, I love when these things happen. Okay, the world. Secondary major for Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. You don't have to be. Also associated with the fixed signs, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay, so you're partially in this energy too. But I mean, it's for your reading, so you're definitely here, or at least it will affect you in some type of way. Endings. Chapter endings, to be specific. Learning lessons. This is a challenge right now for someone in your storyline, if not you directly, Aquarius. Getting on board with the karmic lessons that are before you, that are present in your life right now. Also, the greenery that's encircling Dorothy, the red and green combination. For some of you, this has hit a head or has come to a very poignant point around the holidays. So from December up until, let's say, the end of January, this is coming to the forefront. this potential ending, this chapter ending, this progress forward, this learning and distilling and disseminating the lesson that life, God, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, has set before you, has given to you. The good, the bad, the ugly, the highs, the lows, all of it. What did we learn? What did you learn, Or what did whoever is central to this story, who has a very internal struggle, but on the surface, wands, pentacles a little bit, is still doing things sort of by the book, or, status quo. What we're used to doing, we continue to do. What has that person learned, or what are they learning? Now, the interesting thing about this card is you don't have to learn it. As much as I'm saying, what did you learn, or what did they learn? And it's a very pressing question, the way I feel it. It's like very imperative. It's very, 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 very much needing to be addressed. But only if someone is aware and they choose to. Think of it that way. In school, you're in a class. I don't care what level of school you're in. You're in a class and you're studying a particular subject. There will be tests. There will be exams. There will be projects that need to be submitted in order to show to the teacher, the instructor, that you are following the coursework and you're learning some of the principal core imperatives or information to the course, right? So you can, the general gist is, the general understanding is, I will be tested in this course by this teacher. But that's the assumption. You don't have to do it, but it's the assumption. And it would behoove you to take the test if you choose to, if your goal is to graduate, if your goal is to progress, if your goal is to learn and grow and become all the more smarter or more intellectual or more informed regarding the subject. So, if this is math, and I'm picking math even though I hate math and I'm not good at it, but if it's math and you want to learn some core methodologies and theorems and all that kind of stuff, you need to pay attention to the coursework, pay attention to the instructor, and then take the test and pass it to show that you've learned what Pythagorean's theorem really means. I don't know what it means. I've totally forgotten because, it's not my subject. But at the time, I tried my best and I was trying to learn it. But anyway, so it stands to reason, or my point of it is this. If this is life over here, the world, testing you, life, God, spirit, yourself, your higher self, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, saying, all right, you've been in this course, this family dynamic, this work situation, this relationship, this is how you've been since you were a teenager, whatever, and this is your personality. Here's a test. Take it. You do not have to take the test. It would behoove you to do so if you have an interest in graduating. If you don't, if you truly don't, then you will not take the test and you will repeat that grade or repeat that subject. Do you get what I mean? The world only asks of you what you are willing to do, or comes to you in a reading as a indicator that you're ready to close the chapter. You're ready to move on to the next subject matter. You're ready to move on to the next grade level, assuming you take the test and you pass. If you don't take the test, it's an automatic F. Isn't that correct? So, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that makes sense to you. Aquarius, this is your reading for January. If you liked it, there's a like button down below. Hit that for me. If you want to tell me how this resonated in your life, leave a comment down below. I love to read your guys' comments. It's always fascinating and it helps me as a reader. So feel free to share, but you don't have to, because, it's not a dictatorship. Anyway, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, my friends, please consider subscribing. That way you're up on when I do uploads here on the channel, and you'll be notified and all that good stuff, okay? Aquarius, I will be back soon to do your mid-January readings. And again, if you want to get at me for a personal reading, the information is in the description box, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.